Good evening. This is Keith Capellaro with K-Dog Weather. Today I'm going to be talking about aviation flight hazards, recognizing and managing weather in flight. Weather, the pilot's most persuasive hazard. Weather can't be controlled, only understood, anticipated, and avoided. For the pilot, sound weather knowledge and disciplined decision making are primary safety tools. The vast majority of weather accidents are preventable on the ground. More than 70% of national airspace system delays are weather related. The number one weather is a leading cause factor in fatal general aviation accidents. 178 seconds average time for a VFR only pilot lasts after entering instrument conditions. The six weather threats every pilot must master. Number one, thunderstorm and convection. Turbulence, hail, lightning, and shear packed into one cloud. Turbulence, convective, mechanical, clear air, and wake encounters. 3. Wind shear and microbursts, sudden wind changes that threaten approach and departure. Number 4. Aircraft icing, structural and induction ice that steals lift and power. Number 5. Fog and low visibility, reduced ceiling and visibility leading to IMC and CFIT risks. Number 6. Mountain wave and terrain. Standing waves, rota, and severe downdrafts over ridges. Convective weather. Thunderstorms. A mature thunderstorm bundles nearly every aviation hazard into a single cell. Never underestimate one. Violent turbulence. Updrafts and downdrafts can exceed aircraft structural limits. Hail. Thrown miles from the cloud, even into clear air ahead of it. Lightning and static. Strikes common nav interference, temporary blindness. Microburst and shear. Destructive low level winds on approach and departure. Heavy rain and low visibility. And a real risk of engine ingestion or flameout. Tornado and gust fronts. Extend the danger zone far beyond the visible storm. Life cycle and the rules of avoidance. Stage 1. Cumulus. Building stage. Strong updrafts feed growing cells, turbulence, and rapid development. Stage 2. Mature. Most dangerous. Updrafts and downdrafts coexist with heavy rain, hail, lightning, and gust fronts. Stage 3. Dissipating. Downdrafts dominate as cell rain out, hazard lingers, gust fronts can persist. Avoidance non-negotiable. Avoid greater than 20 nautical miles any storm identified as severe or with tops above 35,000 feet. Never fly under, into, or below a thunderstorm period. Don't trust radar gaps. Enunciation can hide a stronger cell behind the first. Accept gust fronts up to 15 nautical miles ahead of an advancing storm. The four factors of turbulence. Convective, rising, sinking air from heating and storms, strongest in and around cumulus buildups. Mechanical, wind broken up by terrain, bridges, and buildings, worst on the lee side and lower level. Clear air, found near the jet stream with no visual cue, often sudden. PIREPs are your best warnings. Wait, wingtip vortex trailing other aircraft. Stay above and upwind. Respect separation behind heavies. In the bumps. Slow. to maneuvering speed. Keep wings level and fly at attitude, not altitude. Let the aircraft ride. Chasing altitude overstresses the airframe. Wind shear and microburst. Wind shear is a sudden change in wind speed or direction over a short distance. Low level shear is deadliest on takeoff and approach near the ground. Microburst, an intense localized downdraft up to 6,000 feet per minute, often 1 to 3 nautical miles wide. Recognize rapid airspeed gain, then loss, unexpected sink rate, and uncommanded pitch changes near the surface. Escape. Apply maximum thrust, pitch to the climb altitude, and don't chase airspeed. Delay configuration until safety clear. Structural ice. Rim ice, which is rough, milky, brittle, forms in cold air with small droplets, builds on leading edges. Clear, glaze ice, which is smooth, heavy, and hard to see. Large supercooled drops near freezing, the most dangerous. Mixed ice is a combination of wind, rime, and clear, the most common real world accumulation. Why it kills. Ice disrupts lift, adds weight and drag, raises stall speed, and can freeze controls, props, and pitted static port conditions. Visible moisture between 0 degrees Celsius and minus 20 degrees Celsius. Introduction to icing and how to beat it. Carburetor ice can form at plus 20 degrees Celsius in humid air, causes power loss and rough running. You apply carb heat early. Induction impact ice blocks the air intake and chokes the engine. Know your alternate air source. Pitot static ice freeze ports and gives false airspeed and altitude. Turn on pilot heat before entering moisture. Anti-ice versus de-ice. Anti-ice prevents buildup. De-ice removes it. Know what your aircraft has and its limits. Known icing rules. Don't launch into forecast or reported icing unless certified and equipped for it. Best mitigation exit. Change altitude or heading to leave icing condition. The surest fix is not being there. Fog and low visibility. Know your fog. Radiation is clear, calm nights as the ground cools. Advection, warm moist air over a cooler surface. Upslope and stream. Terrain lift and cold air over warm water. Freeze and fog. Deposits rime and reduce visible at once. Operational impact. IMC. Low ceiling and visibility deemed instrument flying. Disorientation and CFIT. Lost horizon, terrain you can't see. Minimums. Know them, brief them, and never burst them. As you can see on the right hand side, this is the runway lost in low fog. Mountain wave formation. Strong wind across a range sets up standing waves for downwind. Visual cues. Lenticular clouds, rotor clouds, and cap clouds over peaks. The hazard. Violent turbulence in rotor and downdrafts that outclimb light aircraft. Crossing ridge safely. Approach at negative 45 degrees so you can turn away quickly if you hit sink. Carry extra height, at least 50% of the ridge elevation above it. Expect lee side sink and respect your aircraft climb limits. As you can see here on the left hand side is the lenticular clouds. Other hazards on the radar: freezing rain, which is super cold rain that freezes on contact, the fastest, most dangerous icing of all. Hail, heavy structural damage and shattered windscreens, even in clear air near the storm. Volcanic ash melts the engines and flame out. Sandblast windows avoid entirely. Density altitude. Hot, high, and humid robs lift, power, and climb a runway overrun track. Lightning and static. Strikes, St. Elmo's fire, and comet nav interference around charged clouds. Heavy rain. Cuts visibility, can affect engines, and contributes to runway hydroplaning. Reading the weather before and in flight. METER and TAF. Current surface observations and terminal forecasts for your route and destination. Pre-ops. Real-time pilot reports. Your best warning for turbulence and icing. File them too. Radar and satellite. Precipitation, cell movement, and storm tops. Watch for annunciation gap. AirMet, SIGMET. Advisories for hazardous weather, turbulence, icing, IFR convection ash. Wind and prog charts. Winds aloft, area forecast, and prognostic chart for the big picture. Standard briefing. Get a full pre-flight brief via flight services or an approved EFB every flight. Decide early aeronautical decision making. Remember the word PAVE for a risk checklist, which means pilot, aircraft, environment, external pressure. P for pilot. Currency, health, experience with the condition. A for aircraft. Equipment, fuel, certification for the weather. Environment, or B. Weather, terrain, day-night airports. And E, external pressure. Get there, get to itis. The schedule isn't worth it. And another one is I'm safe. Pilot fitness. Illness, medication, either can quietly degrade performance. Stress and alcohol, both impede judgment long after you'd expect. Fatigue, emotions, the silent partner in many weather accidents. So you got IMSAFE, IMSAFE. The best decision is often the 180-degree turn. Set personal weather minimum before you fly. Honor them. When the weather deteriorates, turn around early is the safest, most professional choice you can make. When in doubt, don't. Ground time always beats an in-flight emergency. Finally, the key takeaways for a Wheels Up checklist. Number one, weather is unforgiving but predictable. Preparation on the ground prevents emergencies in the air. Number two, always get a thorough pre-flight briefing. Know the weather along the route, not just at home. Number three, build margin in distance, altitude, and time. Avoid hazards by a wide buffer. Don't shave it close. Number four, recognize six threats: storms, turbulence, shear ice, low visibility, and terrain. Number five, know your limits: aircraft and personnel. Fly within both sets at minimum every single flight. Number six, and finally, when in doubt, divert, delay, or turn back. Deciding early is always cheaper than deciding late. And remember, fly informed, fly prepared, and fly safe. Every safe flight begins on the ground with the weather brief. And this is Keith Capillero with K Dog Weather. And I want to thank you very much for this presentation. If you could please like and subscribe to this channel, it would I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you, and fly safe.